Okay, yeah.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is Keith Valentine. I am the Pickleball Pirate, and I have some friends with me here today that I would love for you to meet. And we want to talk to you guys a little bit about pickleball, a little bit about life. So, who wants to go first over here?
I'll go first.
Joey Gamir.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, I'll go first. Since I'm the bass player of the four, I'll go first.
So that's Dave Nell, the self-proclaimed Badger. Okay, so he stole the Badger's name, and he says that he's younger and better looking, so that's why he likes that name. And Joey, we call him the Gun Show Gumier because he loves taking his shirt off and flexing. I have no clue what that's about, but he looks pretty good doing it, so I can't like get mad at the guy. And then up to my top right is Mark, and Mark, we call you the Russian assassin. Introduce yourself, sir.
Yeah. So we start with me. Okay.
No, just say your. Wait, how do you say your last name? Just so it's Napartovich, right?
Napartovich, yeah. You do it pretty good.
Say it your way.
Mark Napartovich.
Napartovich.
Yep.
No, Napartovich.
No. Yeah, of course you know better.
What do you say? How'd you say it?
Napartovich. That's
Napartovich.
how most American pronounce it. Yeah.
Napartovich. All right. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, folks, we're going to try something different here on the channel. What we thought we'd do is we have a really fun relationship. I love these guys. I've met them all at separate times in the last 4 years on my pickleball journey. And we started doing this fun thing called Pickleball Pirates. So really quick origin story. I just started recording the stuff here on the channel because I wanted to get better, right? So I would just record my games and I'd watch them selfishly and just watch them. And then as I started playing with more and more people, they would say, hey, are you posting that somewhere? Can I look at it? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll post it. And so I got a YouTube channel and I posted it. And what happened is I started getting a lot more people asking and a lot more people watching, and it just started to become a thing. And so I realized I couldn't really do this alone. And so I started talking into my friends into getting involved in this channel just to have fun with it and to do things with it. But what we realized is that we just really enjoy ripping on each other and making fun of each other and playing pickleball. And so we thought we'd bring that joy to the world. And you know what? You can leave us comments, leave us chats in here. We'll respond to it. And eventually we'll be doing live streaming with this. And we'll be having a live comment section going on the Facebook and on YouTube. But just to let you know really quickly what we're going to be covering, we're going to be talking about subjects like how to become a 5-0, right? So we're going to talk about how do you get your game up to a 5-0. And Joey, for you, 3-5, like just let's get there first. And then after 3-5, then we can get to 4-0. We'll work on that. We get footwork issues there. Origin stories. So we want to talk about origin stories. How do we all find out about pickleball? It's an addiction. I'm sorry. Dave, you're super addicted. When your pickleball coach is telling you to take less lessons, you're going a little bit overboard, bro. And he's like, hey, you play a little too much. I think you gotta realize there. And pickleball rules, things like that. And so you, the fans, you can send us in suggestions when you're watching this video. Send us some chat, some stuff that you want to talk about, and we will be happy to make fools of ourselves and make you laugh. That's what we love doing. So that's about it for the intros. So let me just kick this off by saying what we're going to do since we're all together. I gave a little bit of my origin story. I didn't really talk about the way I found pickleball, but I'm going to go top left to right on my screen, which would be Dave and
the Badger. Just call me the Badger.
Just the Badger. Okay. Yeah. I can't.
The one and only.
Well, I mean, the real Badger.
Honey Badger.
Okay. I'm putting myself back on the screen with just the understanding that I'm probably going to look at myself a lot more than you guys. It's just this is the way I am. Okay. Just joking. So Dave, you're top left. Okay. We're going to start with you. Tell us where you're from and give us, huh?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. We want to know where you're from and we want to know a little bit of your sports history. Like what sports have you played? What have you done there? Give us a little bit of your athletic upbringing. You know, if we care about your journey into the United States, that'd be fun to know because it's you're not from the United States.
It was a tough one, so yeah,
Okay,
happily
and
share.
whatever you're willing to share. But I would love to know just how did you come about being an addicted pickleball player? Why don't you give us a little snapshot of the magic?
Right. So I was born in South Africa. Grew up in Namibia, which is north of South Africa. You probably don't know where that is. And then back to South Africa to finish school. Finished college in South Africa, and then went to the UK for a couple of years. Back to South Africa, and then to the US. So I've been I've been to 35 countries. I've seen the world. Ended up in the US, and really like it. I mean, and I'm sure Mark could tell you, if you walk through the streets of Orlando, it's not any different than walking through the streets of St. Petersburg or Moscow. But what makes it different is the people. Americans are very, welcoming people, and for the most part, good people. So, I love the US. I'm a dual citizen. If you ask me what is my pickleball goal, my pickleball goal is to play the Olympics for South Africa, because I don't know any South Africans that play pickleball.
So you got a shot. So you're saying there's a shot.
Yeah, so hopefully it becomes a
super senior probably.
Senior.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be geriatric by the time it makes it there,
Yeah.
but I'm going to be the South African that does it.
Yeah, so play 80 plus. Growing up, South Africans are outdoors people. So to our detriment, we play a lot of sports. So we don't really specialize. So growing up, I played tennis at school, cricket, and rugby. Then once I left, I was too small for rugby, so I left. I stopped doing that, and I stopped playing tennis once I went to college, and I just focused on cricket. And after college, I played golf. So golf was my main sport for probably most of my lifetime. Coming to the US, I started playing racquetball. Racquetball was really good workout, but it was really hard on the body, especially with tennis elbow, ankles, and also there was not a lot of competition, so it was tough because it's if you want to play racquetball, it's got to be at a private club. So, and there's not a lot of organized tournaments and stuff like that. And I got some issues with my knee, and somebody that I played with said, well, why don't you try pickleball? And I, went outside and played with a couple of guys at Winter Garden, and loved it. And I, decided this is the game that I'm going to focus on. So I don't play a lot of golf anymore. I've got 2-year-old twins, so I don't get much time to play golf. Pickleball.
You guys should have seen his hair level before he had kids.
Yeah. They're pulling out my hair every single night. So, pickleball is a great sport in that it brings everybody together. It's not like tennis where you've got to really look hard to find a good game. So pickleball in that instance is really good, and also good people for the most part, and it doesn't take up a lot of time, and it's a real good cardio burn. I mean, growing up, I was a power lifter for a long time, and it's a great way to burn cardio. And that's
so let me ask you this: how long ago was your awakening with pickleball? When did you get introduced? 2 years ago, was it now?
No, I've only been playing pickleball for a month and a half now. Before that, I was playing tennis on a pickleball court like Joey.
Hey, Dave. US Open gold. The Badger got US Open gold with Danny on the channel as well. So
yeah, he really did. Well, the reason I brought it up is that I started playing pickleball about 4 years ago now. Okay. And I wasted about probably 2 years of my pickleball journey with just hitting the ball hard. That's all I
Yeah.
did. I hit the
Well,
ball hard.
you
I did.
still just hit it hard.
Huh? No.
Did you watch last Saturday's games?
I was not that impatient. It really hurt my heart when you called me Joey. I'm
Mm,
just saying, it hurt my heart.
mm,
I don't think I drove another ball after you called me Joey. I
yeah.
don't. I was
I
afraid
was
to. I was
really
afraid to.
I was really happy about that.
I was really afraid to. But what I think the difference is that so I came and I just started playing on courts, and this is really for the listeners, and just thinking about the way you want to learn pickleball is that you can go and you can play recreational pickleball, and you can maybe find a practice partner and do practice drills. But Dave, when he came and he started learning, he went immediately and started doing lessons. He went to a professional pickleball instructor and started working on fundamentals very early. And what I'll say about Dave is that his growth in pickleball. So when he started playing a couple years ago, he was the rocket man. He would hit the ball so hard it'd go through the back fence
Yeah.
in winter garden.
All
He didn't
about
know. He
all
tried
about
to
the body
knock the
balance.
cover off of everything he could hit,
Mm.
knock the cover off of it. But the way you learned is you did lessons and you put a lot of energy towards the game. Like you've put a lot of energy towards learning the nuances of it, learning how to okay, and you figured out okay, I can't hit it by the upper level players as easy as I can a 3-5.
Mhm.
So you basically started learning dinking stuff like that. So your journey on that, would you recommend like do you think that shortens the timeline
Oh,
of learning the
absolutely.
game?
So, when I came to the US, I worked for a technology company. So we did a lot of work with, in the golf industry. So I spent 5 years on the PGA Tour working with tour players and teachers. So just supporting them. And the amount of time and resources they spend on equipment and lessons, is tremendous. So, I own 55 paddles, and every single time there's a new paddle coming out, I will buy it because I'm always looking, and I have more lead tape in my bag than I have pickleballs. So, but the one thing that I can recommend is that, instead of buying a new paddle, go get a lesson because, especially coming from, like racquetball, for example, where you have a lot of, it's a long stroke. It took me quite a while to get myself to shorten my stroke.
Mm.
So, spend money on, and we're very lucky with, my coach is Tony Giannani. He's really good in, the fundamentals technique, but also on the mental side of it. So, I mean, he works with Carl Yates and Simone and Ben Johns. So, we're very lucky to have him. And, so the amount of money that I spend on pickleball is a fraction of what I spent on golf. So, I happily buy a new paddle because it's, like I said, I've been in golf my whole life, and it's, pickleball is it's much more accessible and easy on the wallet. So yeah, go spend some money, take a lesson, even if it's 1 or 2 lessons, just get the fundamentals and get the technique right.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Okay, yeah, I say okay. You golf, Joey. You golf. Mark, do you golf?
No.
Okay, so
Russians
okay,
don't
I think
play
I'm the
golf.
highest handicap on this call, and I think I'm about a 14. So I shoot about 84 anytime I go out and play. So Joey, what's your handicap?
8, depending on the course, right? 8.
Okay, Dave, Badger.
Well, at the moment,
Before kids, after kids. So we'll go BK, AK.
before kids, I was a +2, and after kids, I'm a 4. But I have to
So
say,
I'd take a 4 all day long, man.
Yeah,
I would totally take a 4.
In South Africa, I was good enough to qualify for, our version of the US amateur, but I wasn't good enough to make a cut. So that's kind of where my golf is.
Got it. Yeah, I quit caring about golf after about child 3.
Yeah,
And then I realized every time, like, okay, I'm losing and I can't do this anyway. I can't get away from 4 hours at a time.
Absolutely. It
and
takes
pay this kind
a
of
lot
money.
of time, and it takes up a lot of money.
So, all right. Okay. All right, Dave, man, thanks so much for sharing. And you guys have been watching the Badger. You know, a lot of people have called him their favorite. I don't know why. I mean,
The
it's not like
original
you,
Badger.
you know, you play so much more than some of us with tons of kids. But you know, hey, you know, I'm not bitter.
I'm not going to join your pity party.
I'm not bitter at all. At all. Did that sound convincing? All right. Anyway, guys, we love you. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Please hit subscribe. Please tell your friends about us, and please in the chat tell us what you want us to talk about. Bring up subjects, and we will record it on the next session. Anyway, see you next time on the channel.